Whenever you do join Bee Swarm and claim your hive, you do get a cutscene with 3 key on it that does reward you with a few presents and also the Honeyday event for 2 times pollen and 2 times convert rate. And this Honeyday event is actually so OP because that lasts for 48 hours. So you guys gotta make sure you make the most of it as you can, which is why I will be giving you tips to maximize the honey that you can make for it, such as if you are really early game, really low level, and barely any mythics, you will make so much honey that you will most likely get more mythics and be able to be blue and have a hive like this to make the most you can. But if you're more of the data game side of things, I will be showing loads of boosting tips, and that's really for everyone if you want to listen in. So make sure you don't skip anything in this video. Everything is going to help everyone, and there is something for everyone too. Because let's just first of all start off with, make sure you have donated all of your presents and given presents to all NPCs. These buffs are absolutely so OP, as you do see. I did make a video already showing which ones for which hive color, so check that out if you haven't yet. But I gave mine to RoboBear first and some white hive, and I think I do get a few more from the easy bee bear quest, so make sure you complete like 4 bee bear quests before as well, and then you can do them after Honeyday the rest, because more will be here too. You do get a free present as well from on it, so just make sure you give them first of all, because those buffs are crazy. Next, make sure you do have as much nectar as possible, and yes, if you do have the offline voucher, please redeem it already. It's so OP, you get free nectar overnight. But if not, I would hope you guys have some vials and everything and got prepared, because nectar is so OP and you want to have as much nectar as you can, at least the nectar for your hive collar. So if you're red, maxed out refreshing, motivating, and invigorating for the red pollens and stuff, and even satisfying. That's the thing, you just need all nectar, just as much as you can. Please, I would say as well, if you can, to get a mushroom blessing boost, like 100x, because that gives extra pollen, so you'll make more, and it lasts for hours. Make sure you're having snowflakes on, crazy. Make sure you have somebody with a fuzzy old, or just some fuzzy bees in your hive, and that's for everybody. Will be really good for you because field pollination makes you way more. Now, here's how a pollinated field looks. I would recommend quickly if you are blue hive, but we'll go to all 3 hive colors in a second, because I'm gonna show you the best hives for before you have SSA, because I know obviously amulets and everything play a big part. If you are blue hive, please make sure you have a really high balloon blessing above 60, because you'll make nothing. I'm gonna be real, but make sure you do a balloon blessing and you macro a lot. But anyway though, for the hives before you get SSA, you have right over here, if you have 25 bees and below, you want to get as many legendary bees as possible, and those event bees too. I'm not gonna go over it crazy because I made a more in-depth video, but this is just so you guys know in case you didn't. And for 35 bees over here, as you do see, loads of frosties, loads of commanders, sharked, all these things. Gifted frosty bees, summoning a level 7 snowstorm aura. Basically just get as many legendary bees, 35 bees under, and that is before star egg. Then when you get pre-star egg, make sure you do get this, because you want to have all gifted bees apart from mythics and events. You use a star egg, and then after star egg, you want your hive to look something like this before you get SSA. And once you do get SSA, you want to go blue hive first, and then you do want to go red hive of course as well after you get level 20. So that is what you overall want to do. But anyway, boosting tips for blue hive now, because you can't really get any too crazy with before SSA. It's literally just grinding in a field with 4x on, field dice, glitter, smoothies, some nectar, and everything, just grinding like that until you get all those bees in SSA. Because once you do get blue hive SSA, after gifting all your bees with fruits, star treats, tickets, whatever, I do have more in-depth videos for that too. But anyway, I would recommend for blue hives to first of all have really high nectar and have a really high balloon blessing above 60x, because, and I will show you how to boost as well, but because if you don't, then you will literally make nothing when you could be making way more honey at hive every time you convert with the balloon, and also having a way higher capacity, so your normal balloons have really high capacity, making you make more and stay in the field longer. But what you do want to do is do like 2 or 3 pop stars right over here, just in this corner, just walking around like this, collecting all your bomb tokens, collecting all your bubbles, getting a few pop stars. Make sure you obviously do have a fuzzy ult, or I mean tadpole ult actually, because you're blue. If you don't really, then just try macro in a server with some people who will help a ton anyway. Make sure you all have fuzzy bees and stuff, at least 1, because that's just needed at that point. Anyway, back to the boosting part. For the normal boosting, you just want to do 2 to 3 pop stars in this corner, getting all those things. After you do the 2nd or 3rd pop star, I do recommend going and getting honey mass. Of course, stick a stack on, by the way. Make sure you have it on. You could either do smoothies, you could either do purple potions, or you could either just do base materials with things such as tropical drinks, enzymes, oiled up, blue extract, and stuff. Make sure you always have 4x on. You can have some wins, and then once you go back to hive, just convert as much as you can. Could also use a whirligig if you want to, will be nice. Of course, having snowflakes on, spamming them, just all those things for your hive as well, for the boosting hive. Real fast before I keep going about the other stuff, I do recommend having more buoyant bees, unless you are underfilling, then get more tadpoles and stuff. But you could potentially remove bees like Bullbee, and if you're feeling crazy, even Bumblebee for Bomber, or I mean Buoyant, and just experiment like that. If you are boosting for Blessing, of course you're gonna remove bees like Gummy Bee because it's not really worth it, but you do need star treats, so I don't recommend doing that if you have low tickets or anything. But for the Blessing boost, you do need as many Buoyant bees as possible to get a 60x plus or the highest blessing you can get. And for the Blessing boost, you could do RBC, because if you didn't know about the RBC Blessing boost, for 15 minutes after Robo Challenge ends is when your balloon doesn't really deflate, and that's why you do 2 or 3 pop stars in your normal boosts as Blue Hive, because your balloon deflates a lot if it's really high. So if you do 2 to 3, it won't deflate that much and it will just stay the same. And that's the thing why you do 2 or 3, because it won't go above what your amount is unless you go crazy and pop a black balloon, but nobody's doing that on a normal boost. Anyway, back to the Blessing boost though, you do basically just get loads of capacity and everything, and then 15 minutes after, you just go to Pine Tree, you macro, you boost there with as much buoyance as possible, spam your black balloons, 4x on Pine and everything, and you just go crazy after you spawned all your pink, red, white and black balloons, and of course having marshmallow bees, smoothies and everything on before you spawn them for the most capacity as you can, unless you're doing an own guiding. So to quickly summarize the blue boosting for anyone that is still kind of confused in like the easiest way possible, just make sure you have a really high balloon blessing, 60x plus to make the most, really good bee quips, and the balloon blessing before you do normal boost. Make sure you have maxed out nectar, puffstream blessing, sticker stack and everything. And once you do want to get to normal boost, just make sure you have a Tado or macroing with people and boosting with people, and just boosting in this corner like this, selecting all your bomb tokens, bubble tokens, doing 2 or 3 pop stars with as many buoyants as possible in your hive, because if you use the normal macro hive, you are probably going to fill really fast because of ×2 pollen. So remove some bees like cool and stuff, and Bumble, no, not Bumble because that's capacity. Then after you do 2 or 3 pop stars inside of here, whenever you feel ready and just full pause, go get Honey Mask, activate a whirly gig, or do it normally because whirly gives you convert rate, convert your entire balloon, and go back to get Diamond Mask, and just like that will repeat with all buffs on, smoothies, literally everything, and it should be good. That is the way you should boost the Blue Hive. Hopefully that wasn't too much yap, but just making sure all of you guys have the Robo parties and everything on, because now we're going to go to Red Hive, and Red Hive is a little more interesting this year. I'm guessing most people that are Red Hive already have a hive, so you don't really need that much help with it. If you do, then more on that soon. But anyway, for the boosting part for Red, let me just give you the best tips that I know, and that is you just gotta time your X-Flame and Scorching Star at the same time, and whenever you do get your Scorching Star and X-Flame, you gotta stand in the middle for the flames for a bit, just like this, not really moving them around that much, and after a few seconds get the dark flames all around you. So keep the normal flames and not dark aiming them instantly, so your Scorching Star grows a little more. And I would recommend to just stay in marks, always have 3x precise marks by going for the purple mark. So if there's not many visuals, I'm just trying to give you guys as many tips as I know for boosting so people make the most, and that's not counting me saying all the bee quips and hive yet. That's for a different video. So make sure you always have loads of precise marks, loads of marks on the field, just timing your Scorching Star with fuzzy outs and everything on the field as well. You do need that a lot, obviously, nectar and everything. You do also want to keep up your 10x precision with your Scorching Star on and everything. If you are full, you can sometimes go for the first precise target to empty your bag. If it's not emptying crazy, always go for precise marks like this over here or some. Whenever your Scorching is active, try staying flames as much as possible when you're in marks as well. You're gonna have so many marks on the field always, and whenever you are off Scorch, you do make quite a bit of honey too, but make sure you're just always having precise marks prepared for that Scorching Star, so always marks there. Precise marks are so OP and go so crazy, and make sure you're always spawning an X-Flame first before getting your Scorching Star. When your Scorching Star is at like 10 on your X-Flame, then grind up your Scorching Star over here to like, I don't know, maybe 25 or some. So while the X-Flame is regenerating, you'll get it. You just gotta time everything. That's really what Red Hive is about. And as you do see, all these blue petals are going to be so OP for Honeyday. We are figuring them out a little more. There'll be videos on that too soon and more detailed guides. This is just real quick, just some tips so you guys make the most. Hope these do help. If you are wondering about anything else too, I will make a more detailed guide really soon for the future Honeydays, because I just wanted to give some tips. And for the white hives, if you really are white hive and not really a high level, I would recommend not being white unless you really do want to, because I'm gonna be real, it's not the craziest, as you need loads of ults and everything. So first being blue is the best, then going red maybe at like level 20, full gifted and everything with ults and more. Holy 250k beekeepers is crazy. Anyway though, for white hive, I would really just say aligning gummy baller like this is the most OP thing, getting precise marks and really just boosting, having loads of marks and stretching out your triangles, and boom, that's legit all white hive is. Not yap or anything. Anyway, if you guys have really enjoyed, and let me know if you guys still do need help.